You think you've been around the block, think you know a thing or two about life, then you read a book that makes you realize that this idea in your head that you've been trying to grasp at, that you've been attempting to articulate, has already in fact been articulated by someone who is 1,000 times better and more thought through than anything that you have ever attempted in life before. And it truly humbles you. And I had that experience recently with a book. It's called Vox by Nicholson Baker, and it has completely changed the way that I interact with people in day-to-day life. The story itself is about two people in the 90s who find each other on an erotic party line through a newspaper classified, and they are simply describing their fantasies on the phone. It is a book of pure dialogue. There's no descriptions of what anybody is doing or how they look, but it is all in the imaginations. It starts off with these two people finding their footing with each other, but eventually builds and builds until there is a mutual world that these two people are building together to get off. It's incredible. It really blurs the line between an erotic book and a work of literary fiction, and I do think there is a difference. I think that this book is really, really good at writing that line of what that is. And the reason why I love it so much is because it places the brain as the central sex organ. You cannot have sex without a brain. The way that it has completely changed my day-to-day life is that it has gotten me to really think about opportunities that I could introduce playing pretend with people in my day-to-day life. I met these two people today at a market where I was selling my leatherfish, and I asked about what they did, and both of them were coworkers, and they worked at the library in the acquisitions department, which I thought was super cool. I'm a big library fan, so I was like, okay, so I'm a book, and what happens when you acquire me? And they were asking me questions like, well, what kind of book are you? Are you a soft cover? Are you a hardcover? Are you a rare book? I liked the sound of that. Yeah, I'm a rare book. And they told me about how the process of acquiring a book, opening me up from the box, what that all looks like. And that was a really fun way to interact with these two people. There was this other day where I got a text from someone, and this person said, I didn't know you were so sensitive. And obviously when you receive a text message like that, you're like, oh, that could mean anything. So to play pretend, I responded to that message, and I was like, beep, beep. This is the temperature reader for messages. Please let me know what you read. Classic readings are good, bad, and neutral, but you can also give me information through context, or you can have a creative, abstract interpretation. How does this message read? And this person was like, oh, it reads good. So playing pretend is also a way that you can do stuff and ask very genuine questions while lowering the stakes. Because maybe if I had just been like, what do you mean by that? That could have been taken very confrontationally. And that's kind of scary sometimes. Maybe that seems really intuitive for some other people, but for me it was not, because when I was younger, I didn't really have anyone to do that with. So I feel like I just learned it at my ripe age of my late 20s, and it is thanks to Vox. So if you've read this book, let me know what you think, because I'm very curious to hear your thoughts.